If you're brand new, this is the crash course I wish someone gave me before I bought my first investment property. And my first investment property turned out to be also the same as my property I lived in, so the two were kind of synonymous because I lived there for a while and then eventually I converted it into a rental. You can live there for a year and do that. If you've been thinking about buying your first property but you feel unsure or behind, listen, you're not behind. You just haven't been given a simple roadmap to follow. Most beginners have the ability to start, they just don't know how. I'll walk you through the beginner roadmap in a free workshop. Tap the link and join us. So the first thing you should do is choose your strategy. Are you looking for long-term rental? That's hands-off, a year or longer. So you're going to have typically unfurnished rental properties. So it's less headache, but maybe not as much income. On the opposite side, short-term rentals, so we're looking at less than a month, fully furnished, so you could have 1, 2 night, 1 week, etc. A lot of turnover, could be a lot of headache if you're dealing with it yourself. And a nice hybrid in between of a medium-term rental. Medium-term rental, usually 1 month to all the way up to 11 months, usually fully furnished. Traveling nurses, clinicians on fellowships, visiting academics, even some kind of corporate housing people, also insurance when they want to put people up for their house went on fire, they're renovating it for a few months, things like that. So choose your strategy. Long term, nice and easy, good beginner strategy. You can repeat it, easy life. If you're short on time, this is it. Short-term rentals, the opposite. If you're a hustler, this is what you want to do. Okay, great. But also there's legal issues. You've got to be very, very, very wary with the short-term rentals. So medium-term in between. Now, once you've chosen your strategy, next thing you want to do is learn just the basic maths. We're not talking about calculus or anything even in the more advanced high school maths. We're talking really simple. To call it algebra is too complicated. We're just saying, okay, rent minus expenses basically is your cash flow. So think about the income you're making, all the expenses, that's how much you have as your cash flow. In other words, in minus out is cash flow. Basic. Now you can go above that, and I will talk to you guys about that in some of my upcoming live training events. But even the basic stuff there in cash flow. Now, there are things above and beyond that, things like net operating expenses. What is that? What is the market capitalization rate? What about thinking about the mortgage? What is the mortgage comprised of? What about the actual, if you don't have a mortgage, what are kind of things you can use to get your operating expenses? What do we usually use in real estate? What are some good rules of thumb? What about your net present value? So when you're trying to decide whether to replace something, it's more expensive, or just do a little quick repair, like how do you know what to do? Thinking about like those kind of present value, future value, net present value, all that kind of maths, a bit more advanced, but you can look at a qualitative perspective. You don't want the maths, but even some basic maths on just your rent minus your expenses, getting your cash flow. Stuff like reserves, it could be 6 months of reserves, 6 months, I guess, of operating expenses, things like that. So basic maths, again, I teach all this. Third, get pre-approved. Okay, so this is, I know, you don't want to get like a hard pull in your credit, I hear you, but you don't really know the size of the property that you can buy or the size of your wallet or the size of your purse or your handbag until you get pre-approved. Because up to that point, you don't know if you can qualify for little or more. So maybe you overestimate what you can afford, but a lot of the time it's the other way around. Sometimes we underestimate what we can actually truly afford. So get pre-approved, speak to a lender, ask them to pre-approve you. You don't have to go with them. You're not signing up with them whatsoever. You're just getting an idea of like, can I get pre-approved? What for? Different lenders, some lenders may pre-approve you, lenders may not, based on your circumstances. Some may give you more, some may give you less, but you'll get a ballpark, even just getting one. Above that, because I genuinely think that's actually the most important thing is getting pre-approved. But above that, the number 2 thing to do, so I guess in this video it's number 4, is building your team. Because real estate is a team sport. Okay, so you're not going to get very far as a lone wolf in real estate, let me tell you. So you can do a lot more. Like how many hours can you work? 168 hours in the week, right? And that means you're awake all 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But if you've got other people working, now you've got several weeks in one because you've got other people assisting you. That's how companies are. Companies are scales like AI, etc., tech, humans, they're amalgam. So their group intelligence combines, right? They multiply. So building a team, most important inner circle, your lender, your real estate agent when you're starting off, helping you with negotiations, figuring out what the market is like. So they're going to have a good sense for the pulse of the market. Things like that, maybe a contractor down the road, inspector down the road, lawyer, accountant, all that. That's secondary circle, things like that, insurance agent. But building your core team, your core two. So you're in lender, who's going to approve you, who's going to get the money from, Mr. or Mrs. Moneybags. And number two, your real estate agent, the person that's going to help you look for and source your deals and negotiate and do a lot of with you. They're your second-hand person. That's right next to your wing person, right? That's going to be your basically your main team. Now, beyond that, number 5 is analyzing your first 5 deals. So you're going to learn a lot by just analyzing a few deals. So looking at the property, where is it located? Is it stable? Is it going to rent well? What are the laws? Is it landlord friendly? Is it tenant friendly? What kind of property is it? What's the condition of the property? Is there a lot of red flags? Like it looks like that everything is, going to fall apart. Is it derelict? Should it be torn down? What are the neighbors like? What are the tenants like? If there are tenants there already or owners, etc. Like analyzing it, and then maybe even getting some idea of what we would rent for by looking at comparable properties. If it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1,000 square foot, look for other 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1,000 square foot, similar condition in the area. What are they renting for? So analyzing your first 5 deals, this is a really good experience, almost like kind of playing tennis, and just practicing serving or even just knocking up with someone, right? It's the same thing here. Really doing real world stuff here, analyzing. You're not signing anything here, you're just studying. There's no commitment whatsoever. But finally, step number 6, at some point, you can watch it all day long, but you're not doing anything until you start making a safe, small offer. So we're not talking about anything big. And again, talk to your real estate agent. They'll basically help you in terms of like how you know what your escape clauses are, if you have contingencies. So it may be something like an inspection contingency. Like, yes, you are going to have to pay for an inspection, so you will lose the fee that you've spent on the inspection. But if you don't like the way that the wind blows, provided you're there within the days after, provided you're staying, you're obeying your contract within the window, you're allowed to do this. You can use your escape clauses. You could just pull out, right? So again, making a small safe offer at some point, you do have to avoid paralysis by analysis. You don't want to keep analyzing things. I know, I used to do this in dating years and years ago when I was very young, I didn't know what I was doing, right? Just overthinking. So the same thing here when it comes to real estate. Don't overthink it. At some point, you're going to have to make a deal. You can study, and it's good, it's advisable, but at some point, you gotta take a shot. And it's the same, when it comes to like Warren Buffett's analogy. Like you don't have to, you can watch all the different deals come by, okay? You don't have to hit everyone. It's not like baseball where you got 3 strikes or whatever it is and you're out. You can wait patiently until the right one. But at some point, you're gonna learn more by acting, by learning through these deals. You don't want to make a big thing that's going to wipe you out, right? That's going to leave you at 0 or negative. So you want to start small, and it's better to do this when you're small rather than when you're like a multi-millionaire already and you're making $1 million mistakes, right? Make small mistakes. If this video is helping you understand this part of your financial journey, you'll get even more value from a free workshop I host for beginners. In this workshop, I walk you through a simple roadmap that shows how you can buy your first property with realistic savings and a lot less confusion. If you want to take everything you're learning on this channel and fit it into one clear plan, the link is in the description. It's completely free. Remember, real estate is simple. People just complicate it. So I'm going to walk you guys through the 101 steps live. The link is below. And again, you don't have to do all of these steps at once. You can do it one step at a time. So let's build your wealth one property at a time, and I'll see you in the next one.